So now let's talk about the Benefitstore. This is another product offering that we introduced last year, but that comes from many years of research and development, this time in the growing area of voluntary benefits. We've seen some phenomenal adoption rates with the Benefitstore, and to share more about those adoption rates and the Benefitstore story, I'd like to welcome out its Vice President, Jeff Oldham. Come on out, Jeff.
Thanks, Dan. All right. Well, good morning. It was a year ago today that we had the grand opening of the Benefitstore. Think of the Benefitstore as comprised of the most awesome shopkeepers that work with our partners, building products to protect the individuals and the families that we serve. Now, the genesis of the Benefitstore was really our response to a couple of market conditions that we saw. While employers have been battling with medical costs year after year, in 2010, when we dove into the language of ACA, for us, the writing was on the wall. HDHP plans were going to become far more prevalent. And if you look at this statistic, I'll be on the panel this afternoon speaking to the state of employee benefits. More than 52% of all employers have at least one HDHP plan, and an additional 6%, that's all they offer. Full replacement HDHP. So then we thought, okay, how is this going to impact the average American worker? Most folks don't save up for a rainy day. And so as a result, when things happen, they have less than $1,000 of savings. When unanticipated accidents or illnesses arise, they're borrowing from means that were really never intended for medical, like 401k and credit cards. And this ultimately leads to the #1 cause for bankruptcy in the United States is the inability to pay for medical costs. And so we thought, okay, you have deductibles that are going up, and then you have average Americans that have low savings. In an HDHP plan, there's going to be a decent amount of exposure. Heck, in some PPO plans now, they have higher deductibles. And so what can we do to allow people to protect this exposure to ensure that they can live better lives? And we gave it a lot of thought, and we said, there's these products that have been out there for a while, critical illness and accident and hospital indemnity, and wouldn't they make a great fit? But we kept diving into those products, and we learned that their average participation was fairly low, and we wanted to understand why. So these products were initially developed to be sold face-to-face at the work site or in the cafeteria, and then ultimately they transitioned to over the phone. So then we knew what we had to do. We spent years working with our partners, almost like this amazing huddle, and we said, here's what's going on in healthcare. You guys offer fantastic products, but work with us, allow us to build them from the ground up within our platform. We manage the rules so that when folks log in, they can readily understand the products that you offer and how they work in the new world of healthcare. And first, thank you, all of the partners that worked with us years and years to get this accomplished. So then we had the foundation laid for the store. And this is what we bring to all of our customers. One, user-focused enrollment experience. Many folks can generate an RFP, but how those products translate to enrollment is where the rubber hits the road. Secondarily, in working with our partners, we have these great carrier configurations so that when people log in, they're going to understand them, they're going to understand how they fit, and they're going to be excited to offer them. The demographic analysis piece, so everything we do is driven by data relative responses. And if you think about it, whether it's beginning with the demographic information and understanding the population, what's going on in the industry, what kind of products do they have today, what is their high deductible plan, and then from there, everything we do is product recommendations based off of that data. And what I would love to do now is bring out an awesome Benefitstore customer, Capella Education Company, and a longtime friend of the Benefitstore, Benefits and HR Operations Manager, Desta Milner. Hey. Hi. How are you?
I'm good.
Fantastic. Thanks for coming.
No problem. Thanks for having me today.
You bet. So tell us a little bit about Capella Education Company.
Absolutely. So Capella is a pioneer in providing high-quality, professionally aligned online degree programs for adults. And we do this through our wholly owned subsidiary, Capella University. And through there, we offer accredited PhD, doctoral, master, and bachelor programs to help adults reach their personal and professional goals. One of our highest growing areas is nursing and health sciences right now.
Awesome. So you're in an industry that used to rely on face-to-face and paper, and you're moving it online. You may have something there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
Fantastic. So if you could, you're relatively new to Capella. When you showed up and you looked at their benefits plan, what were some of the initial goals you had in mind?
So when I came to Capella, they had really stagnant benefit plans. They hadn't made changes in a number of years. And what I wanted to do is kind of move us forward and try to align with what employees were looking for, such as offering high deductible health plans. And I think a natural kind of pairing to that was looking at some of the voluntary benefit offerings.
Exactly. So we completed your first enrollment last year. Again, you had none of these products in force. You had about 1,000 folks that log in, and lo and behold, about 640 policies were purchased. What were your thoughts given that experience?
I think we were really successful with our open enrollment, and I was really pleased with the high participation. And we've received really positive encouragement from our employee population. I think particular, people just enjoy to hear that we offer things like pet insurance.
Heck yeah. Awesome. Well, Desta, it's great to see you. Enjoy the rest of your conference. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And so again, it took us years in working with partners to say, let us take your great products and build them on our platform. But we didn't have to look far for an early adopter partner. This particular company has been with our enterprise team for a long time at Benefit Focus, and they've become a terrific friend of the Benefitstore. I would like to call to the stage MetLife and their SVP of Voluntary Benefits for North and South America, Mr. Dave Calder. Dave? Wow.
Thanks, Jeff.
How are you?
I'd just like to share, I love the bell.
Do you?
And actually, at MetLife, we use the blue bell too. Our blue bell is not as big as your blue bell, but
It's not a competition.
But our organization really strives to ring the bell every day, and it's just wonderful to see how aligned we are culturally.
That's
so thank
fantastic. Hey, ultimate respect. So tell us a little bit about what you do for MetLife.
you. Okay, so I've been with MetLife for about 30 years. And currently, I lead our distribution for our regional and small markets. Most of my jobs at MetLife have been market-facing or in-market, which I love. I love working with our customers and our brokers, and I think it's what I do best. They've had me in a few internal roles, but those didn't last that long. But I've also had a lot of experience with our voluntary products. I helped lead our initial launch of our first critical illness product. And I also most recently have had the responsibility of really driving the expansion of our voluntary products, which includes group auto and home, our group legal plan, and a full suite of worksite products.
Fantastic. So we first started working with your team really in 2015. We had our first customer in April. So in less than 9 months in 2015, this is what our collective teams achieved together, almost 24,000 policies. What do you attribute that to?
Well, for us, it's been about transformation, and really a transformation from just having a very strong core offering to really expanding that to a much more comprehensive offering with more products, greater options of choice for employees, and a greater focus on the end consumer. There's a lot going on right now. Employers are being asked to do more with less. They continue to manage and work to manage rising healthcare costs. They're dealing with a lot more regulation than they ever did before in terms of the Affordable Health Care Act or the Affordable Care Act. It brings in different things to play, such as high deductible health plans. And as you look at also, and it was mentioned in one of the earlier speeches, probably for the first time ever, we've got 4 generations truly in the workforce. And they all have different needs, and they demand that we work with them to provide for their different needs. So as we've done that and we've grown that, what we've realized is it's not just enough to have a strong product offering. If you don't couple that with the right education for employees to make the right choices and the right enrollment scenarios, you really don't have a lot. And that's where we're really trying to grow now. And in fact, we've looked often at creating our own platform, our own enrollment platform. that's just not an area where we have the expertise, and there's people who do it a lot better than us. And I can truly say to you, I knew this before coming into today, but seeing what I saw this morning, nothing more than that reinforces that there really are people such as Benefit Focus and the Benefit Store that just do a tremendous job in this area, and that's why we look to partner with them.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Well, Dave, you and MetLife are a terrific partner. I can't thank you enough for coming. I look forward to seeing Snoopy have the bluebell on the collar, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Dave. So this time last year, we began with 8 customers, and at the conclusion of 2015, that 8 increased to 103 customers in the Benefit Store. And along that same growth, so most of the time when folks first started working with us, they have sort of single-digit adoption. And then last year, we were very happy to achieve 42% in 2014. And in 2015, the 42% increased to 58% adoption. So if I'm an employer and sitting in the audience, you're thinking, okay, well, really, what does that mean to me? And I guess I would say 3 things. One, these products themselves are fantastic. And if they're placed responsibly within enrollment and you partner with the right carriers in the store, people don't have to be sold these products. They will naturally buy them. Secondarily, I've been in benefits all my life, and what the benefit professionals are doing now in moving people from traditional plans to HDHP is probably the most challenging thing you've ever done. The communication that's involved, the expectation setting, but hopefully you see in these rates that when your folks log in and they can understand how these products protect that additional exposure and they can be successful in doing so, that this will put them in the right spot to do well in the new healthcare world. Lastly, the symbol of the Benefit Store is the apron. We are all about, if you think about people walking into a hardware store or a short order cook, these people resemble 3 things: great service, great product knowledge, and hustle. And that's what you get with the store. So, speaking of the store, for your part-timers, we have an aisle expressly for them, so they can take their cart down the aisle. They can purchase individual mandated medical coverage, critical illness, pet insurance, ID theft, and we have an express lane. All they need is a credit card, ACH or debit, and they will have access to group-sponsored benefits and utilizing their credit card in order to purchase. We hope this will help in your recruiting and retention of part-timers. And last but not least, we have all this great experience that we're able to now share with others. We have complimentary voluntary benefit assessments where we'll be able to present with you sort of the Benefit Store way of a data-driven methodology, show you how you compare against your peers. We have a number of consultations occurring here, which is fantastic. For those of you that are also interested, please email us at benefitstore@benefitfocus.com, and we would love to sit down with you to show you what we've learned. I really appreciate your time, and thanks for shopping.